Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to the Boston Greeks podcast. I am Ari. I am here with my co-host Foti, and we have an amazing episode today. Let me turn it over to Foti so he could introduce our wonderful guests. Foti.
Yeah, so Ari, thank you so much for that great introduction as always.
Thank you.
It really spices up the show. But as always, every show that we bring to the platform is exciting. But this one is also a step above exciting because as parents ourselves, Greek American parents, this is an important segment for us too.
Yes.
And with us are guests who actually are advocating to keep the Greek culture alive through education, and that talk to us a little bit about their journey into what they created. We want to bring on our guest, Maria Lappas Fay Katsanou. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Our pleasure. You know, we came across your social media pages, and it caught my eye, number one, because the name of your organization is the Olive Tree Greek Educational and Cultural Center. So first the olive tree caught my eye, and then all of a sudden I said, oh wait, a Greek educational center. We need to learn about what's going on here. We read a little bit about your story, but we wanted you to tell our audience your story about how this all came about, maybe a little bit about both of your backgrounds separately, and then we can dive into how you started the school.
Okay.
Sure. I'll start. Yes.
Well, yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Maria Lappas, and I am a fifth and sixth grade middle school teacher at South Shore Charter Public School in Norwell, Massachusetts. I have a master's in Spanish and a master's in teaching Greek as a second language. I started off working in community-based Greek schools, and about 5 years ago, Faye and I decided to start our own independent Greek school program. We realized.
Did you see anything lacking that drove you to that decision, or was it just something that you had a passion for?
Well, we wanted to create a program that was inclusive and proficiency based, and we wanted to really have freedom of creativity. And we wanted to work somewhere that education was top priority. So I think that was number one for us, that we wanted education to be priority.
Very
excellent.
Cool.
And Faye, a little bit about Faye's background.
So, hi, my name is Fay Katsanou. I actually moved from Athens, where I was raised and born, when I was 16 years old. And I have a bachelor's in early education and American studies, and I have been teaching Greek for the last 10 years. And I met Maria in a community-based school, and our relationship just clicked together, and that's when we decided to start the Olive Tree 5 years ago, like she said. Okay. It's always been a passion of ours, and as she mentioned as well, it's something that we did see that was lacking from where we were teaching throughout the years, and hopefully we'll bring it in the community.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear, especially that when you have a chemistry with somebody and you have this like mutual desire to accomplish something, and you could come together and actually execute on an amazing thing you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I must add that ourselves, I can speak for myself, and I think Ari, we both grew up in the Greek school system of our churches. We are from that mold, and growing up through the years, we've seen, outside of that, there was barely nothing else during our upbringing as far as services. And as we got older, we kept thinking to ourselves, at some point, there's got to be individuals who are going to basically offer these services outside the church. And we're so pleased to see that you're doing so.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
That's true. Yes, because it goes more. I think it goes way beyond language itself. It's obviously, if not the biggest part, but that's why you actually named it the Cultural Center, because Greek, it's also about the culture that it brings, and that's what we want to pass to our students.
Excellent.
Music, dance, anything that comes with it.
I love that.
Besides your busy lives, families, you have other your careers in your education field, and then you're doing this as well.
Yes,
right.
We are. Yes, we are.
We don't know how.
You have any time to yourself. It seems like you got your hands full.
Greek school pretty much takes up the rest of our lives
Yeah.
because we work on Saturdays face to face, and then we also have our online classes. So
Weekdays,
yeah. So we've been working on this for a long time, but we like it. Saturdays are our happy day, as we
Wow.
say. We get our coffees in the morning, and we go to Greek school, and
Yes,
it's our
yes.
happy day.
It's
see all-
so important to love what you do, because again, when I was working corporate years ago, there was never a happy day. So to hear
Yeah.
you guys say it's a happy
Yes.
day when you get together and you get to teach and you get to
Right.
do this passionate thing that you do, it's great to hear, and
Yep.
Thank you.
we love that. Yeah.
Thank you.
No.
And sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to mention, I mean, now that you're bringing this up, as far as, you mentioned it's on Saturdays is your happy day. Why don't we talk about the school and about what you offer in the curriculum and what it's all about when it comes to the olive tree?
I kind of wanted to bring a little story into this, how we got this, how we rented the classrooms in the
Okay.
school. It's actually the school that I work in, South Shore Charter. So I'm really greatly indebted to my executive director of the school, Alicia Savage, because when I went to her and I told her that we wanted to start this program, she was really moved, and she herself is a big advocate of the Greek language, and she had actually asked me to start a Greek language program at the school. So also her son had taken ancient Greek in high school, and she realized how important this is. So it's really important for us to see the connection to Greek as in a global context as well. So the curriculum, we offer something called like a proficiency-based curriculum. We offer thematic units. So we do have some books, but we do not follow a book, page by page. We create our own thematic units, and we want the children to be able to communicate and to learn about our culture. And it's not just about, learning grammar or conjugating verbs and spelling and writing sentences. Yes, that's one small part of it, but we want them to be able to communicate and I think love our language and culture.
I think that's our number one priority.
Yes.
Is making them love the Greek culture.
Yeah, that's so important. You just mentioned that, because just thinking ourselves, where in the classroom, children, they do struggle because, they have so much going on in their head with American school, with, activities, with sports and so forth. And then they might be in the classroom for 1 to 2 hours a week at best. And then when they're not there, I feel that they lose it until they're around it again. So
yeah,
what you're mentioning, that strategy is so important, because unless we're around the language often enough, if it's not spoken at home often,
right.
then yeah, it's so easy to actually really have struggle with it.
And we do see that happening very often, given that we have families that come from mixed parents, so they're not necessarily Greek speaking, both parents. Sometimes not even one of the parents speaks Greek. So we do try to implement as many methods that work both in our personal lives, given that we both have children, and see what works for them, and then give any tips we can to parents about things that they can do at home,
Right.
or their grandparents, how they can help with the language part.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone's dynamic is different at home.
Yes.
So what you're providing can probably bond these voids that are happening at each individual household.
I also feel that I don't know if this is true or not, but it's from my point of view. But when I was younger, me and all my Greek friends, we used to go to Greece pretty often. And I only speak Greek now because of those Greek trips. I mean, I'm not going to credit really the Greek school that I went to, because I only went 2 years. But the fact that I was going to Greece is why I could still speak Greek. But now I haven't taken my son yet to Greece. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know how often it would happen. I can't imagine it's going to be as often as I went. And it's really sad. So, we really try to push the Greek language in the house, but I know like my nieces, friends, kids, they don't speak any Greek at all. And they're like, oh yeah, we really want them to. And I was like, well, how can they do that? That's why, hearing what you guys are doing, like it's a very, very necessary thing, in my opinion, for these generations, because they're going to lose this whole cultural identity. And more importantly, they're going to lose the language.
And the thing is that it goes down generations, like you said.
Mhm.
When you're first generation or even second generation, it's easier because you go to papu, yaya,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
spend your time with, aunts and uncles in Greece.
Mhm.
So it's easier. But as generations go by, it gets harder and harder. And that's something that we've come across. And throughout the years, given this phenomenon that we see, we try to implement things that work. I mean,
Right.
parents they work full time, they have their hands full. They can't just sit home and speak Greek to their kids all day, every day.
Mhm.
So there have to be many ways for them to just help them out.
Right.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is, it's really difficult to become proficient in Greek or in another language, and we try to explain that to parents that it does take a combination of factors. Yes, you need to travel. Yes, you need to speak. Yes, you need to go to Greek school. It's all those combination of factors that help you to become proficient. But we look at the background of each family, and we try to make connections to their identity. We try to make connections to their backgrounds and connections to the American school curriculum, because we both have experience with the American school systems, and it's really important to bring that into the Greek school. So I think that's where we differ as well, is because we don't follow that traditional Greek school curriculum where we only use books from Greece, or because the fact of the matter is that all of our students are bicultural or multicultural, multilingual, and we have to really bring that into consideration when we're teaching them.
Make their lives easier.
Now, Maria and Fay, what is the age group of the students?
Okay, so the age groups we start at 3 years old, and then we go up to 6th grade, and then we are actually starting a 7th grade program as well, and that will be for kids that are interested in taking Elinomathia exams. That's the proficiency exams for children. And we actually wanted to say to you guys as well that we will be also starting an early education class with younger kids, because we see that there is a lot of interest. I have a 2-year-old myself, and now I can just understand what parents go through. So I think it will be great just to have kids come in, do their fun, have fun with us, listen to the language, be exposed to it, and take it from there.
Wow.
That's great. Okay, so you mentioned the age group and the future of getting even younger kids.
Yes.
Now, if you listened to an interview Foti and I did last night with a singer from Greece, you might want to throw in some adult classes for me and Foti as well. Because, oh my God, I fumbled every single Greek word.
Painful.
It was just it was horrible. So I may need to be part of this.
We would have helped out.
It was intimidating.
Adult classes. Okay, I'm taking notes.
Yes.
I'm taking notes.
I mean, it's we joke, but I really do think in the future, if you have the capacity, that might be something pretty interesting, especially online.
Absolutely. Yes.
It's in the plans for the future.
Plans.
One step at a time, Ari.
Yeah.
One step at a time.
Thanks for the idea.
Are you signing off? And I'm just kidding.
Right away. You can use it as guinea pigs. But yeah, I mean, to Ari's point, I think that all age groups are going to have a need for it. But what you're doing, we're commending you on the fact that you are, offering the variety. You're so diverse in what you're doing. And at the same token, you did mention early on that it's not just an educational center, but it's also a cultural center.
Yes.
Can we speak a little bit about that as well?
Go for it.
Do you want me? Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, in the new language methodology, we have to intertwine language with culture. You cannot teach them in isolation. You cannot teach language in isolation. So you have to be able to teach about Greek culture and through a language class. So, for example, we just did October 28th. We talked about Ohi Day, and we were teaching obviously Greek through those cultural lessons. We taught them about what the word philotimo meant. We did little projects. The kids translated some things from Greek to English and from English to Greek. We learned about the history. We talked about the history of Ohi Day. So we showed them images, videos, and obviously to make everything comprehensible, because teaching about Greek history and culture is not easy. So trying to teach them to 10, 11-year-olds whose Greek might not be very at a high level, then you have to make it you have to bring it down to their level and teach them in a fun way. So that's one example of like a cultural element.
That's great.
Yes.
I mean, it sounds so much more fun And
Yes.
it sounds like something I, as a child, would have been much more interested in than the Greek school style that I went to, which is just you walk in, you're
Mhm.
like trejo, trejume, trejume. And it's like
And if you
that didn't
don't,
really affect me, you
and
know.
Ari,
Yes.
and if you didn't get it right, you got your ear pulled or you got a slap on the wrist.
Oh yeah.
Not our style, definitely.
No, that's not our style.
No,
That's
Alright.
not.
I think our goal is to make it fun for the kids. I mean, at the end of the day, they're the ones that are going to tell to their parents, I want to go back to Greek school. I don't want to go back to Greek school. And we do have children that are with us since literally 3 years old, all the way, and now they're graduating. So they've stuck around. So I think that's a big success for us,
Yeah.
for both of us.
Yeah, that's a testament to you and your school and your style and everything you're doing. That's a true testament right there, which is great.
So what is typically a session or when one does come to Greek school on a Saturday? Is it a multi-hour session? Is it through the day? How does that work?
It works by levels. So
By levels.
depending on what level you're in, level 1, level 2, and it goes on. That's it's usually around 2 hours per level. And then we also have online classes. So we do have a hybrid and online program. We do have 2 programs that run at the same time. One is online only, and that is for students throughout the US, and the other one is hybrid, which is for children that come on Saturdays, and they also do a weekday lesson with us online as well. So it's 2 separate programs. Yes.
Yeah. Because we tried doing Saturdays in the past where they would come for 3 hours, and it was long for a lot of students, and a lot of them have sports and activities. So we split it up 2 hours, and we thought it would be best if they had twice a week. So we decided to offer an online class in between, and it's been working out so far.
We did it last year because we didn't want to just not provide any lessons with everything that was happening. And we're very grateful actually for all the support that we had and the parents that joined us, the students that joined us. So we decided to keep both programs.
Bravo. This is awesome. And you had mentioned that there's the 2 of you. Is there more in the team? Are you?
We have one more teacher. Yes. So we're the 3 of us. Yes.
Wow.
Nikki.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Wow.
There's 3 of us. So there's 3 of us. We were together since the very beginning.
Yes.
Oh, that's very nice.
Bro. I mean, so you mentioned the fact that you have plans in the future, and you're incorporating other ideas that are coming around the corner. What is the best method for someone to actually sign up for your classes, to get in touch with you? Can we speak a little bit about the process of enrolling into the school or the programs? Okay.
Sure. It's very easy. We do have our website, the Olive Tree GECC, and we're also very active on social media, both Instagram and Facebook. So either way, there is a way to reach us through message, or on the website, there's interest form that they can fill out, and then we get in touch with the parent and work out the details.
Oh, that's great.
Awesome.
Yeah, placements and the level that the student can be placed in.
Excellent. And you mentioned
Go
So
ahead.
it's theologegecc.com, and then it's at the Olive Tree GECC on Instagram and Facebook.
Excellent. And you mentioned you're located in the South Shore.
Yes, we're at South Shore Charter Public School in Norwell, Massachusetts. So it sounds far, but it really isn't far. So we have families that come from the Cape. We have families that come from Boston and Foxborough and all over the South Shore. So it's so we have a family, say from Foxborough, that comes, and it takes them 25 minutes to get to the school.
Yeah,
it's not that bad.
It's definitely, from what I understand, a very large, active Greek American population in the South Shore. And to your credit, yes, from Boston heading south, I think would it be Route 3 to get to Norwell?
Yes, Route 3.
Right.
And on Saturday mornings, it's not that bad.
Yes.
They're not hitting rush hour, so it's good.
They're not hitting rush hour, no.
Because it was Friday late afternoon, then there'd be an issue.
Oh, no. No.
So do you guys have future plans? I'm gonna assume just to keep doing what you're doing and maybe grow it. Do you guys have interest in growing this? Do you have interest in having?
We do. We have interest in growing it. Yes, we're in the midst of making some decisions.
Making some decisions. Yes.
Oh, that's
Yes.
funny.
Yes.
That we'll save that for another episode, right?
Definitely, yes.
We can
Another
continue.
Definitely, yes.
We
Um,
definitely love what we do, so we want to
this
see
is-
this growing.
This is great. I'm very happy to see what you're doing. It makes me feel proud that there's such a school and education center that exists. We
Mhm.
definitely are going to feature what you're doing through our platforms. We'll let Ari kind of take over as far as providing all the information to our audience.
Yes. And I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time. I know you guys are very busy because
Yes.
it sounds like there's always something going on. And, teaching is, to me, is such an important and I'm going to say this again, it's one of my opinions, but I've always been one of those guys where I see like a celebrity and I'm like, they got how much for that movie? Or an athlete, how much do they get to play
Yes.
that sport? And then teachers, like, how much are they getting? Like, teachers should be the ones that are getting the big money because they are literally molding the future of our world.
Thank
I
you.
mean, I feel very
Yeah.
strongly about this. And, now that I am a father, I feel even stronger because it's like, if I think of my son, having like a horrible teacher or a horrible education, that's like his whole future down the tubes.
It really influences them for the rest of their
Yeah.
life. It
So,
really does.
what you guys are doing is amazing. Keep doing it. We wish you
Thank you.
all the best. And we want to thank you so much for being with us. We will have all your information in our notes. So I just
Thank
want to say thank you once again. Thank you, Foti.
Thank you so
And
much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for
Our pleasure. You'll be
Thank
back
you.
soon for sure.
yeah, and we want to catch up with you guys and
Definitely.
whenever you have
Absolutely.
anything going on, let us know. Even events at the school, anything going on, we'll promote it on our platforms as well.
Well, we're having a Christmas show in next Saturday, the 18th. So
Oh, great.
Yeah, send us the
And-
info.
So
Yes.
yeah, so everybody
Yes.
out there watching and listening, you could find that info on their website, right? And follow them on the social media. I'll have everything listed. And we want to thank you guys again. We want to thank everybody out there for watching and listening. And we will see you all next time. Happy holidays, and we'll see you.
Yes, us.
Yes,
I
sir.
love your fish.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.